Scugog is bringing Canada Day celebrations back to Palmer Park this July. Dan Kearns, The Standard. Scugog. After the COVID-19 pandemic put a delay on in-person celebrations in the last couple of years, the Township of Scugog is bringing back the in-person Canada Day event to Palmer Park this July 1st. At a meeting on Monday, June 6th, councillors saw an update report on the festivities from Recreation and Culture Coordinator Shannon Kelly. The full day of family fun begins at 10:30 a.m. with the Support the Troops Canada Day Parade featuring Vets for Vets, which is now in its 11th year. The day concludes with what is expected to be the best fireworks display in Durham Region at 10 p.m., the report stated. The fireworks display is expected to be a 15-minute show, totaling 3,326 shots with 27 shells a minute. Voss's Independent Grocer will once again be supplying the 1,200 Canada Day cupcake cake, to be served following the opening ceremony, according to Ms. Kelly's report. Performers at this year's celebration include Dan the Music Man, Wonderphil, Theatre on the Ridge, the Spitfire Kings, Sam Moffat, and others.
Kawartha Lakes looking into licensing program for short-term rental properties. Dan Kearns, The Standard. Kawartha Lakes. The City of Kawartha Lakes will investigate the possibility of a licensing system for short-term rental properties in the municipality. At a committee of the whole meeting, on Tuesday, June 7th, councillors approved a memorandum from Ward 1 Councillor Emmett Yeo. It called for city staff to continue to monitor and track complaints this summer regarding these types of properties and then to craft and bring back a report early in 2023 with budget considerations and options to regulate and license short-term rentals in Kawartha Lakes. At the meeting, councillors heard a deputation from Linda Dyson regarding a negative effect these properties can have on neighbouring properties. With outside investors and companies buying up properties at an alarming rate, some areas will have an equal amount of short-term rentals as permanent residents or outweigh them completely, she said. Not everyone wants to live beside a possible party house, and people should be given a choice. Property values in these saturated areas are also in question. For many of us, we've lived and worked in these areas all of our lives, and we've worked hard to retire here and enjoy what we've built with our children and our grandchildren. Now we're being harassed and intimidated into moving out of the area and away from areas which do not regulate short-term rentals. Short-term rental properties can include Airbnbs and VRBOs, vacation rentals by owner. It is clear the one main issue is with owners who do not live in or near the community and have no respect for the beautiful area they are infecting, Ms. Dyson stated. Councillor Yeo explained why he decided to create this memorandum. This discussion has been going on for a long time. I get numerous calls and complaints from people who have had short-term rentals pop up all around them, he said. People are getting irate at what is going on in their neighborhoods, and I can't blame them. Nobody wants to live beside something like that. Ward 4 Councillor Andrew Veal questioned why the city is going through another monitoring phase on this issue, when they've already been monitoring this for a while. However, Mayor Andy Letham explained it would be better to have more information before making any decisions on a licensing program.
Missing Autistic Boy found dead in Kawartha Lakes River. Dan Kearns, The Standard. Kawartha Lakes. The search for a missing boy has ended in tragedy in Kawartha Lakes. Kawartha Lakes Police, KLPS, reported via social media that 11-year-old autistic boy Draven Graham had last been seen on Sunday, June 12th, in the area of Rivera Park in Lindsay. The local police force later found his clothing near Caroline Street. In a video post on Monday, June 13th, KLPS confirmed they had found the body of the missing boy. Today, at approximately 3:30 p.m., members of the Ontario Provincial Police Underwater Search and Recovery Team, who were involved in the search for the missing 11-year-old Draven Graham, located him deceased in the Scugog River. The investigation is ongoing, but no foul play is suspected, KLPS Sergeant Deb Haggerty said in the post. Those who assisted in the search included KLPS, the Ontario Provincial Police, Peterborough Police, Kawartha Lakes Fire and Emergency Services, and teams of volunteers.
Ontario lifting some masking requirements while leaving others in place. Dan Kearns, The Standard. North Durham, Kawartha. The Ontario provincial government is leaving a couple of masking requirements in place while letting others expire. On Wednesday, June 8th, Ontario's Chief Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Kieran Moore, announced in a press release the government would be letting most of the province's remaining provincial masking requirements expire as of Saturday, June 11th. Masking requirements on public transit have been lifted, and requirements at hospitals and other healthcare spaces will also expire. On June 11, 2022, remaining directives will also be revoked and replaced with Ministry of Health guidance for healthcare workers and organizations. This includes guidance on when masks should be worn in hospitals and other healthcare settings, the press release explained. While these will no longer be required provincially, the provincial government is allowing organizations to implement their own policies. The province is also leaving a couple of masking requirements in place for the time being. To continue providing an additional layer of protection for those most vulnerable, masks will still be required in long-term care and retirement homes. Masking is recommended in higher-risk congregate living settings, such as shelters and group homes, the press release stated. In a statement emailed to The Standard, Haliburton-Kawartha Pine Ridge District Health Unit's HKPR Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Natalie Bocking, provided her input on these changes. Many hospitals are being proactive and will keep their masking rules in place for now. The provincial decision to end most remaining mask use mandates is not surprising, given the bulk of COVID-19 related restrictions in Ontario has been lifted in recent months due to high vaccination rates and decreasing virus activity. That said, you should still be COVID-19 aware and continue taking precautions because the virus is still present in our communities. Proper tight-fitting masks provide an easy and effective layer of protection against COVID-19 for yourself and others.
Tips you can add into your daily routine to help increase your energy level. Tina Y. Gerber, special to The Standard. It's important to listen to your body. If your sleep is off, you won't feel energized, but will feel tired and sluggish. When your energy is low, your immune system can be impacted. Avoid a heavy meal and exercise before bed, if this is the case. My first go-to is a nice cup of tea in the morning with a double dose of sugar. I only have one a day. I know it's wrong. So I started enjoying some green tea. I'm trying to be more conscious of how I manage my physical fatigue. It seemed so much easier when I was in my 50s. In the perfect world, I would wake and make a blended smoothie with kale and spinach, but let's face it, it's no longer happening. With the arrival of warm weather, it's easier to get outside and enjoy some sunlight. The natural vitamin D will help you get some energy for the remainder of your day. Vitamin D helps your bones to be less fragile, assists your immune system, and helps relieve depression, which I had been experiencing. A good approach is starting your day with walking or a light jog. Stretching is also great for your body. It can reduce stress and clear your mind. You can also add some stretching at your desk for a quick energy boost. Many folks still work from home and don't even get dressed up for their workday. So getting dressed and making an effort to feel better and engaged may give you an added boost of energy. So, how can we have more energy after 60? Doctors recommend at least 150 minutes of exercise per week. In my wisdom, I went to the pool and overdid it. Now I have a pulled back muscle and slip disc. Ugh. Exercise is important, but remember to participate in hobbies and social activities. This will help maintain mental and physical fitness. That reminds me, it's been a long time since I have visited my friends due to the COVID restrictions. It's important, as we age, to have a diet rich in nutrients. My husband and I had shied away from our healthy diet and had been going to more takeout. We are now back on track. A healthy diet is important. It supports the heart and helps with cognitive functions, which normally decrease as we age. I include fiber, fruits, and vegetables, and do limit my number of sweets, but as late, my water intake has decreased as well. As we age, did you know older people may not feel as thirsty as when they were younger? However, we should continue to make an effort to drink plenty of water. Finally, remember to take a break from electronics when fatigue overwhelms you. Step away from electronics at night and enjoy some quiet time. Human beings aren't meant to operate continuously at high speeds for long periods. Take time to embrace your surroundings. We are truly designed and wonderfully made by God. Wisdom entails recognizing we all have limits.
The Standard Podcast was produced by Greenstream Studio for the Standard newspaper.